Hello. Today we are going to talk about getting started with writing your book, whether it's your next book or your first book. Stay tuned. I'm Mandy Jo. Welcome back to Writing with Mandy Jo, where writers like you get tips, tricks, and how-to advice every week. So be sure to subscribe if you are watching us via YouTube. There we go. Now I have it situated so that I can see your comments. So be sure to comment below, beside, wherever they end up. I'm Mandy Jo. Are you ready to get started writing? Whether you are returning to writing or whether you are just contemplating, I've been told I need to write a book. What do I write about? When do I write? How do I write? What do I write with? Is my topic even relevant out there? Or are people going to think I am totally crazy? Well, guess what? People will probably think you're totally crazy, and that's okay. Because what's going to happen is they're going to read your book and they're going to go, oh, there's somebody just like me. So if you are writing and you want to write more, you are a beginner writer, you have just recently decided to write a book or a screenplay or poetry or any kind of writing at all, leave me a message below. Comment and say, writing. Tell me how many books you've written. Tell me what genre you write in. Or tell me that you want to begin. We are going to go over what you need to get started. Because that seems to be the thing that holds back so many people. Oh, and also, if you could give me some of those little emoji things, the hearts, the thumbs up, just so I know that you're here, that'd be awesome. And so as I'm looking at my list of things, because I did make a list. What do you need to write? Honestly, I am going to make this as simple as possible. What do you need to write? Paper and pen. Seriously, it's that easy. Hey, Nancy, glad you could join me. And seriously, all you do is open up to a blank page and start writing. And it doesn't matter whether it is a notebook, whether it's one of these. Now, this one happens to be Moleskine. That's the brand name. I like it because it's nice and thick. It has this handy dandy stretchy thing, so it keeps it closed. It comes with 2 bookmarks, so you know where you're at in the book. And I write all kinds of notes in it. I really do vary. And yes, I have jotted down story ideas. And yes, my pen is also purple. So it doesn't matter how you write, what you're writing on, whether it's a notepad, whether it's loose leaf notebook paper. Yes, they still make that. It's still available. Maybe you just grab some of the paper out of your printer and just start writing. I've done that. Now, for those of my techie friends, those that are truly tech geeks versus those that just use it because it's the what you use these days. There is other programs out there that you can use. You can use Microsoft Word, but it's not the only thing out there. Microsoft is not the only one for you to use. Can you use Microsoft Word? Of course you can. It is one of the most popular programs to write in. Hold on, quick drink. There we go. So with that, Microsoft Word now has where the product that they promote the most is where you pay on a monthly, yearly basis for their Microsoft 365 program. Not everybody has that in their budget. It's just the way it is. I totally get it. Sometimes the budget just doesn't work for it. So what else is out there? Google Docs, which is actually what I wrote my run of show in, is Google Docs. I actually have it in Google Docs right now that I am reading off of my bullet points. Google Docs is free. So if you have Gmail, you have access to Google Docs. In the upper right-hand corner, there's 9 little dots that make up a square. When you click on that, it drops down and you have this great thing that you are able to choose all the different programs. They've got docs, slides, sheets, notes, and it's all free. So you don't have to worry about not being able to pay for it. So it's automatically free. If you have access to the internet, whether it's on your phone, which Android, it comes with all of this stuff automatically preloaded on it. I don't know what Apple comes preloaded with, only because I don't have an Apple phone. My parents do. They both have Apple phones. So I know enough about Apple phones to be tech support, but off the top of my head, I don't remember what they have on what comes preloaded on an iPhone. On an Android, you have Google Docs. You can also download Microsoft Word as an app. So you have it both on your computer and on your phone. Also available on your on your PC. I know there's a version for Mac, but I'm a PC person, so, and that is not politically correct. Just saying. But I use Windows 11, and they also have Windows Notepad. Now, with Windows Notepad, this is a great place for you to sketch things down, but not for formatting. Formatting, you're going to want to go into Google Docs or Microsoft Word. This is the best way to get started. Now, in a future episode, I am going to go through a whole bunch of programs in order that you can go through and choose from. Free, paid, ridiculously paid. But today, I'm just going through how to get started. So now what's next? You got your pen, you got your paper, or you've got your computer, you've got your Google Doc open, you've got your Word doc open, you've got your Notepad open, whichever method that you want to start writing, because that is the most important thing, is that you start writing. So now what? What do? Start jotting down any of the story details that you have. So is that characters? You've been thinking about this one particular character that you want to write about. Okay, so what are we going to write about that character? Do you have a name for your character? Maybe the character does something in particular. Write down everything that you know about that character, if you know. Maybe you went to a lighthouse and you want to write about that lighthouse. Or maybe you saw a rock, or, hard telling what it was. But you want to write about it. Maybe it was a freighter that was going by on the Great Lakes, or out in the ocean. Maybe you want to write about a cruise ship. Whatever those scenes are, write them down. If there's a specific topic that you want to write about, is there something that you really have a passion for? Maybe you have a specific charity that you want to write about, a specific person, a specific event, and you want to write about it. So get that all out on paper. It doesn't have to be organized. We're not organizing anything yet. We are getting all of that information out on a piece of paper. Because the more that you write out, the more that you dig into that story. So then you have maybe a number of characters. Maybe they all do something similarly. Maybe they all work in a manufacturing plant, or maybe they're a group of runners. Yet. Everything is whatever you want it to be. It's your writing. And this is the great thing about being in what we call an indie writer, independent writer. Whatever you want to write about, it is what you should write about. Get down all those details, get down as much as you can on the paper or on the screen. If you're using Microsoft Word or Google Docs, or if you're just plain writing it out in a notebook. Now, I take my notebook with me everywhere I go. Why? Because I may think of something. And for me, I'm a little bit old-fashioned because I like to write things with pen and paper. I'm weird. I know. And you know what else I've done? I've written on on index cards. Remember those? They still have them available. I've written out characters. I've written out chapters. And what it does is it just gives me that sense of being able to visualize things. I'll sit on the couch and I'll have a stack of index cards. They'd have my characters. So what am I doing? Hey, Tim. Nancy, I'm so glad these are great tips for you. And with that stack of index cards, I'll have whatever characters I'm working on that particular moment. What am I writing about? Because even though they're all in the program, my program has character profiles in it. But I will go through. You should see the stack. Let me see if I can grab this. It's right here. For my fantasy book, for my fantasy novel, this is my stack of note cards. It has every character, every chapter, everything. It has all the castles. It has everything. So this was from my fantasy novel. Crazy, huh? But yeah, it has the kingdom. It has all the castles in it. There's a few castles. It was a big book. So yeah, I mean, use it. You can combine technology Nancy, it's just a few. That was for Amaranth, and that was over 100,000 words. So there was a lot of characters. I used every single fantasy creature I think there was in it. So, I mean, that's just, and then once you get all your characters together, you get your scenes and your topics. Some people, not me, but some people, known as plotters, will outline their story then. It's crazy, I know. Me, I'm a pantser. I just keep going. Oh, where are we going? And I found a new program, thanks to my friend Diana, that it's cheaper than the program I was using before. And this program, it's called Platter, will help you with timelines and filling in all those holes, making sure that you've closed all those storylines before you get to the end of the book. But that we will discuss in a future episode. Today, it's all about getting started. It is so simple to get started. All you need is that paper, that pen. No cards if you like. Have a few. Or go electronic. There's one gal I know that she writes on her phone. I can't do it. I am not a phone user. I know a lot of people will use their phone. And hey, if that is for you, that's awesome. Because you can use Google Docs and Microsoft Word on your phone. At least in Android. I'm assuming they're also available for iPhone users. Now, we've got you started. We've got you rolling. You've got all this stuff down. Now what? How about meeting some other authors and getting some help along the way with various topics? So I'm going to share my screen. I have multiple screens going here. So I'm going to add it to the stream. Ooh. This is our retreat that is coming up. Diana with Pages Promotions and myself with Creative Slingers of Ink are collaborating for the 2023 Story Scribblers Writers Retreat. This is awesome. We sat down. Hey, Tim, that is awesome. You have written parts of your book after you pulled off on the side of the road on your phone. That's awesome. That is seriously awesome, dude. And thank you for pulling off to the side of the road to do so. Hey, Tom, great to have you on here. So I am going to share now about the Story Scribblers Writers Retreat. I'm seriously so excited about this thing. It is awesome. Let me get my mouse on the right page, on the right screen. So this is a 4-day, 3-night intensive writing retreat. And let me tell you, it is all inclusive. The meals, the lodging, the workshops, even the s'mores at the campfires. So I'm going to go through this so that you guys know what you need to get yourself to. And mind you, it is limited. We have a max of 60 spaces. That is all out, complete max, 60 spaces. We can't squeeze in anybody else. So you're going to want to register as soon as possible. It only takes $175 at the time of registration to reserve your spot. Now, let me go through what all this is going to include. I absolutely love this. And Diana has done a fabulous job of putting together this awesome website. As you can see, it is limited to just 60 indie writers. And that means you don't have to be published before coming to the retreat. You just want to be writing in which you will be published before you leave the retreat. Just saying. So let me get to where I wanted to. Information. Let me switch. There we go. Yeah. Okay, it's going to be at the Columbia Conference Center in Clarkston, Michigan. So, not too far out of the way. These are the workshops that are going to be included in your registration. I'm going to be doing the writer's dashboard, tracking your writing practice. That is where you're going to get a copy of the dashboard to take with you and to start up while you are writing at the retreat. Yes, the audio might be breaking up when I go to switch pages. That's probably it. We're going to have book cover designs in Photoshop. We're going to have hero's journey to create a compelling plot, exploring comedy and fiction, messing with perspective, thinking outside the box. We're going to have the short story experience. We're going to have how to keep your story moving, tips and tricks. There's going to be a writing contest, and it's going to be put together into an anthology, and you are going to be published. Diana is going to cover the dreaded synopsis, the one thing that people dread doing. Every author does. You put your heart and soul into this book, and then they want you to condense it down to a back cover. And it can be a couple hundred pages or more. I get it. I feel your pain. Now, there's going to be an improv experience. That's included. The anthology. That's included. This retreat center. You're going to be assigned a room. It's dormitory style bedrooms, so they're not huge, but they're comfortable. And most of the time, you're not even going to be in there anyways. You are going to be in a workshop writing. Wait till you see the schedule. Most of them will have an AC unit, but be sure to bring your fan if you're one that needs a fan. There's going to be critique time. There's going to be writing time. There's going to be campfire circle with s'mores. Did I mention that there's going to be s'mores? Just saying. We will have a small designated refrigerator for medicine. So if you have medicines that need to be refrigerated, we will have a designated spot for that on our floor. So this is all on one floor. There is showers, both separately for men, for women. And it actually has a door, not just a curtain. They're awesome. Community dining room is the only thing besides the campfire that you have to leave the floor for. And if you have special dietary needs, make sure to let us know. Let's see, scrolling. We will have a space for our night owls that like to write at night. I will also be having yoga class every morning. How about that? And here is the schedule. This is what I really wanted you to see. This schedule. I mean, this is just awesome. So you arrive on Thursday, August 24th, somewhere between 4 and 6. Between 6 and 9, we have dinner. No, between 6 and 7. 7 and 9 is orientation, tour, and all that kind of stuff. 9 to midnight, campfire, storytelling, or writing on your own. And then lights out at midnight till 7 a.m. 7 to 8:30 is Greet the Day yoga. We're going to have nice, the yoga that I do is more of a stretching yoga, a gravity yoga, long hold, thinking of more like yin. So we're holding positions for 2 to 5 minutes. Closer to 2 though. 9:30 to 10:30, or can't forget 8:30 to 9:30 is breakfast. Come on. 9:30, 10:30. Wondering if you can, there is parking. There is a lot of parking. But I would encourage you to be in, everything's all inclusive. So you would get a room inside because it's just easier. And when the doors lock, somebody would have to come let you in. So it is a fairly secure facility. But you could park it. Yes, there would be room to park it. Where was that? We have then we have on Friday, we start with the workshops. Now Friday, we begin with workshop, and then writing on your own. The rest of them, the writing on your own comes immediately after. But the great thing is that with my writer's dashboard, you can ask me questions all weekend. So we'll do the short story experience, and then lunch. After lunch, there's casual writing, word sprints, and all that good stuff for a couple hours. Then another workshop, more casual writing, then dinner, then workshop, then writing. Workshop, writing. So what you learn, you'll put into practice immediately. And then, of course, we have campfire with storytelling again at night. Saturday is different workshops, but basically same schedule as Friday. And then Sunday, we have the yoga, we have breakfast, we have an awards ceremony. Yes, there will be awards. There will be prizes. And then there's the improv, or writing on your own, to get into character. And then the actual improv theater. Now, the great thing about the improv theater is that we are going to be, people from the outside can come in and watch our silliness and our creativity. And if they want to stay, they can stay for lunch. And then, yes, a mini book festival where you get to sell your books. And these books have been setting out for everybody that's at the retreat to see all weekend. So you come in on Thursday, your books get put out, and everybody gets to see them for the entire weekend. How cool is that? So, I mean, there is just so much stuff included. And I will be putting this website information in the comments afterwards. Let me see. I wanted to go to Writer's Retreat. Oh, yes. There's a contest. Excellent question, Tom. Thank you. Where can I learn more and when are deposits due? If you go to either of our websites, creativeslingersofinc.com or pagespromotions.com, there's a link on both websites to this page. When are deposits due? Excellent. You can reserve your spot, and we recommend it sooner than later. $175 reserves your spot. You want to do that as soon as possible. Then step 2 is writing. Writer details. You fill out all this information. It tells us about you. And then we have the anthology. That's a writing contest. Submission deadline, July 15th. Writer details, July 15th. But what do you have before that? That's that. So sign up. So you want to sign up. That's the sign up. Okay, go back. There we go. So this is the information that Tom is asking about. Where can you learn more? Pagespromotions.com or creativeslingersofinc.com. Either one will get you to the website. The deposit is $175. That gets you your spot reserved, and then you have until May 20th to pay the remaining balance, which the total will be $700. So 175, 700 minus 175 is $525. So the 175 deposit plus the $525 due by May 20th. The regular rate, your total is going to be $812, and that is due by July 15th. The 175 holds your spot. And then you pay the balance by either May 20th to get the $700 rate or July 15th to get the $812. It's all inclusive. So all your meals, all your lodging, all the workshops, all the prizes, all the s'mores you can eat, all the questions that you can ask, all the writing that you want to do, because there's writing. And if for some reason you see a workshop that it just doesn't interest you for whatever reason, you can go into one of the other 2 rooms and write during that workshop. So you could spend, this is your time to either write that next book or write a new book. So I am going to remove that. Playing with the screens. One moment, please. And I'm going to create a banner. So we're going to put that banner on. How do we show it? There we go. CreativeSlingersOfInc.com or PagesPromotions.com both have a link to the Writers Retreat. Either way, you're going to get to the Writers Retreat, and it will take you to this page to where you can make your deposit. $175 is what gets you your reservation space. And then the balance by May 20th if you're going to pay the early bird rate, or July 15th for the regular rate. Total early bird rate is only $700, which means that it's only $175 per day, 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive. Yes, Nancy, amazing event. I am so excited for this event. I can't wait. This campus is awesome. We have the whole floor to ourselves. There's nobody else on our floor. Our floor contains all of the sleeping quarters, the showers, the main workshop, a writer's room, a critique room. All of that is housed on one floor. The only thing we leave that floor for, lunch, yoga, if it's nice out. If it's nice out, we're doing yoga outside. Or the campfires. That's the only reason to leave the floor. So you are going to want to be there. So if you have any questions whatsoever, leave me a message below. You can see right here, Creative Slingers of Ink, pagespromotions.com. We're collaborating on this writer's retreat. That's why the 2 websites. Let me go back to banners. Hide that banner. Yes, I have all kinds of fun stuff here. So, let me check the comments before we go. I am so excited about this. Plus, you know, if you are looking to get your book started or another book started, subscribe on the YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook, or I also put this out to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. And we will be going through getting that book started and moving. Seriously. So I will be back here next Monday. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you for joining me.